I figured out why we tend to do stuff, like all of us, we tend to do stuff that doesn't sit well with like our core inside, with our being. Like, we tend to do stuff out of sense of necessity, out of sense of fear, right? Even right now, I'm doing something that I don't want to do, but I'm doing it just simply out of the fact that it brings me money, right? What I'm doing is I'm doing medical courier. I'm doing medical courier route and making deliveries, and I've been doing this now for probably about 2 months or so, right after coming back to moving back to Philadelphia. But I've had success as an entrepreneur, right? Doing real estate, doing trucking, had a few businesses, and things went left, right? Real estate stuff slows down. It's not really my purpose, not really my passion. So I don't get excited for things that's not my passion, especially if you have to do them with no income coming in, right? So real estate, you have to do it constantly without no money coming in before you see a profit. You have to. So it's kind of difficult to do things out of the strength of, and if you need the money, right? You need the money. You have bills coming in every week. You need the money, and you got to, like, it's hard to stay on track with that. But what I wanted to get into today, right? Like, with me driving all this time, I have time to think, and that's really all I have time to do, right? Is use my mind to think about new things, and that's what made me want to create this video. But when it comes down to it, it all comes down to fear. We're scared of that opposite side. We're scared of the side that, hey, if I stop doing this, where is that my next check gonna come from? Where is how am I gonna be able to take care of this? How am I gonna be able to take care of that? And that fear is really what cripples us and causes us to stay in situations that we don't like, right? For example, if you're in a relationship that you don't like, hey, what is going to happen when I get out of it? Like, if I leave the situation, things are not going to be the same. Like, there's a lot of things like that we fall under that cripples us when it comes to fear. And me making this video, me making this acknowledgement is letting myself know, right? I'm kind of talking to myself while I'm talking to you guys, is letting myself know that it's okay to go by faith, right? Meaning, take that step in the direction that you know you should be taking that step in the direction in. For example, there's situations all the time where there's situations all the time where you may have a opportunity that comes presented to you, and you don't move on the opportunity because, hey, what's going to happen at my current job, right? If I start applying for new jobs, how am I going to be able to do that? And we get stuck in a fear, like a negative outlook on things, a negative mindset. And when you get to a point, I was talking to somebody earlier, right? I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and I just asked him randomly, like, yo, when is it that time? I asked him, how long can you do something before you get tired of doing something if it's just for the money, right? And he actually said some wise things, right? He says, when your fear of not having the money is greater than the fear of what would happen when you don't have the money, right? Let me break that down for you. Meaning, your fear of not being able to pay your rent or your car insurance or your phone bill, your fear of that compared to your fear of, it doesn't matter what's going to happen next. I know once I leave the situation, is going to be a better situation for me. So it's that fear of unknown. So a lot of times that fear of the unknown is way greater than our fear of, like, being broke. being like that fear that we have is crippling, right? And a lot of times what people want to do is, hey, I'm gonna wait when I'm gonna change things when I get more money, when the situation changes, when I get a big check, when my tax money comes, I'm gonna change this situation. And honestly, that time never comes. That time never comes. It's never going to be the perfect time. It's never going to be the right time. That's what I'm realizing now. 34 years of my life, 35 years of my life. This is what I'm realizing, that the perfect time is never going to come. There's never going to be a perfect time for anything. If you think it's never a perfect time, it's never going to be a perfect time on your time. It's always going to be on God's time. It's always going to be on the universe time, or whatever you believe in. It's always going to be on that time. It's never, promise you, it's never going to be a perfect time to do things. Because when you think it's the perfect time, when you think it's that perfect time where, hey, I just got my tax money, now I could go out and do this. When you think that time comes, you know what's going to happen? Boom, a bill comes, or an expense comes that you wasn't expecting to come during that time, and it takes you completely out. So there's never going to be a right time. The only right time is now. The only right time is now, when you have it in you, when you have that motivation. And the reason being, these things are fleeting. These things are fleeting, right? God puts ideas and things into you. Pause, right? Pause. God's put ideas into you for a brief moment. A brief moment. It's on you to act on it, or it's just gonna fleet away, right? We always have fleeting ideas, but there's a reason why God's put these things in you, right? Put these ideas, put these thoughts. Hey, you had this idea to do this. You had this idea to do that. And everyone has ideas. Everyone has something that they want to do, an idea that they want to go forward with. And the reason that we don't act upon it is because we wait for the perfect time, right? We wait for, hey, once my kid gets older, I'm gonna have that time to be able to dedicate to that. No, right now, what I'm realizing is we gotta find the time. We have to find the time. Like right now, with me making this video, this isn't something me making this video isn't the complete setup that I have envisioned of when I started getting back to YouTube, right? My vision was, hey, with a whiteboard and all that stuff, but no, I needed to get this information out now. There's never going to be a perfect time, and to get that momentum going. Why? Because once this goes out, that momentum starts. That momentum starts. And this is something that I feel like everyone can relate with. Everyone can relate to, because they always have an idea. And this is the idea that I'm going to implement. This is the idea. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm working on while doing this meta courier, right? I am working on becoming. No. You hear how I said that? I am working on becoming. That's a super. Don't speak like that, right? Because everything that we say, we speak into our lives. So me even speaking like that is a way of me saying like this. This is never gonna happen, right? So let me rephrase it. I will be a health coach. That is my next business that's going to launch. I will be a health coach. That is the next business that I am going to launch. What I mean by health coach is nutrition, juices, helping people with their diet. Reason being is because I know personally, and I see this too often, too many people are getting sick diagnosis. They're sick. There's so much going on now. I feel like I see it way more than ever before. And I have the information and the knowledge to help people change their lives, to help people lose weight, to help people get better, get healthier, live a healthier life. It's not difficult to do. And when I mean by health is more strictly on like nutrition and your diet and what you eat, what you put into your body. Because honestly, right now, I've been managing my weight. With driving around, it's very easy to when you're driving, sitting down for 8 hours or so, and you're not working out, you're just living a sort of like a sedative life where you're just seated the whole time and just driving. You get up now and then, but what you need to do is my diet is what's keeping me in healthy status, right? That's what's keeping me, is my diet, because I'm not going crazy. I'm not eating bad. I'm not doing that, right? And I feel like a lot of people, we've been programmed this could be a whole nother video, and I'll get into this at another time, right? A whole nother video. But that is, I wanted to stay on topic with that, but I'll get into more health stuff. I just wanted to let this video know that I will be a health coach with focus on nutrition. And I hope you guys got some knowledge, some information from this video. I will be coming back with more videos. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you have a good one.